Hello, Tim. In this document, I will be briefing you about how to write week 4 assignment of a FIN 523 regarding the course project. Okay, this week we will be writing a project plan, like what kind of project plan we are going to create, complete this project. We will be working on that. So for that purpose, you are supposed to understand actually what is the scope of the project and what are the deliverables of this project that you should understand clearly, and then you should provide timeline. Okay, so mainly task is to in this week the main task is to create a project outline. So this is the task that we are going to do week 1, week 4, part 1. We are proposing a project action plan. Project action plan means maybe project plan kind of thing. What kind of subsections of main, sorry, what kind of main activities we perform, and under which what are the some sub tasks we will be creating, that we will be creating in the form of a Excel sheet. Already you worked on Excel sheets to create project plan. You can follow the same instructions and you are supposed to create a project plan. So make sure you work on two different pages, like 2 pages of your document. One you will be giving maybe a basic briefing of what the project and what is the scope of the project, and what you are going to achieve, what can be final outcome of your research work that you are supposed to discuss in one paragraph, maybe in two sections or something like that. And you can also include additional things like object. You can add more options like so. These are some basic sections. According to the requirement, it was asked to provide a proper briefing about the project. And then we should speak about scope of the project, scope of the not feasibility of study, scope of the project. What is the scope of the project? And then we are supposed to discuss about key deliverables. We can include them at ending after project plan, maybe like this. And usually, like we are supposed to write a conclusion. So these are some sections that we are supposed to include. You can change the name and include, but still, these are the main sections that we are right. Mostly it is a theoretical work. Only here you are supposed to prepare your Excel plan and copy paste it. Your plan with proper sections. So you know how to create a project plan. Already we worked a couple of times on that particular Excel sheet. So make sure you use it and create that. Okay, a plan with proper columns. Like what will be your proper columns? Usually like the task ID, then task name or description, task start date, end date, total duration it takes. Okay, so priority of the task, which task will come first, which task will go next, like that priority of task, and what kind of roles people will be working on. And roles is not required, at least priority of the task you are supposed to give. And this project is for how many days? It's for 4 months, 4 weeks, 4 weeks. And if you cross check your project description, this is your project timeline. This is how you are supposed to work on your project timeline. Okay. So we already given in the week 1 project action plan. Then we will be creating a concept chart. Then we will be creating a financial model in Excel, and we will be performing activities. And we will be addressing case study questions and course. You just go through this paper properly. Then you'll understand how to do that. As a part of this activity, what actions we will be doing it. So this you need to give, like this is the main task, and under which you are supposed to give what activities we performed under this one. So we will be identifying key objectives, something like you will be getting a list of activities in order to explain, I guess. Okay, so simply evaluate it. And concept chat, while creating concept chat, what kind of actions we perform based on what we will be creating it. Okay, so there will be certain process, right? Identifying the maybe identifying key processes, and we will be establishing a relation between each process, how it happens, that we will be doing. As a part of financial model, what we will be doing, identifying inputs, identifying what kind of creating models and identifying what outputs we are going to create. All those things you should mention. Okay, so they become part of your usually, like I'm just giving examples. Okay, so you create your own extended proper subtasks under that part. So these headings like for your action plan, these headings becomes main tasks, and under these main tasks you will be creating some sort of subtasks. So that gives you complete action plan, and you will be marking dates from this week Monday to this week. This is the fourth week, right? Fourth week Monday to uh, this is fourth week, fifth week, sixth week, seventh week, and eighth week, up to maybe take this Thursday, 9th of October, from September 8th to October 9th. This is the duration between which you'll be doing. You can take some random date. If I say I'm telling 8, you can tell from 10th to 8th, maybe from 11th to 10th. You can take some particular dates. Okay, it should be between, it should start particularly in this week and it should end particularly in October second week. Okay, so make sure you follow that. Your date should follow these dates. Like, I mean, your start date and end date should follow these dates. Got it? So now you simply create all the project plan and write some basic detailing regarding this. Once you understand the project, then only you will be able to provide a proper document. So here there is a company called GreenTech Manufacturing. Okay, for which it is planning a manufacturing activity, and we should evaluate financial feasibility study for that particular manufacturing unit. Means it is about to create some sort of manufacturing. So based on which we will be estimating its sales volumes, fixed costs, like they might have given here. So what they give, like they give facility costs, revenue assumptions, how they get money. This is all about what kind of cost that will be implementing, and they were providing depreciation details, how the investment that we made will be depreciating, and financing options, like whether we'll be going for a debt or equity investment, something like that, and operational costs. Usually, if these are variable costs and working capital. All these cost details are given, using which we are supposed to create these calculations: net present value, interest rate of return, payback period. And using scenario analysis and sensitivity analysis, we will be assessing how these values will change, and based on which we will be commenting on the results. So you will be evaluating based on what NPV will be explaining us whether the proposed project is good or bad, whether it can work out or not. Okay. So what internal rate of return explains us is another. After NPV, we consider IRR as a project evaluation tool which helps us to understand whether the investment made by us is good or not. So internal rate of return, how much return we are going to get because of the investment on, well, like for the particular period. Say for example, uh, for 5 years or 10 years, or like whatever the term they mentioned. So how this internal rate of return will work? It will be explaining how returns we are going to get because of all these internal factors. Next, we are supposed to calculate payback period. So payback period will be telling in how much time, after how many years I will be getting my investment return. Okay, say for example, if I invested 1 crore on the manufacturing facility, by what time, by how many, like from today, after how many years or how many days I will be getting my investment back. That is called payback period. And by changing certain values, we create a scenario analysis, and how values are sensitive to revenue growth, labor cost, discount rate. How, when we change these values, like revenue growth estimates, if we change, how the values are changing. When we change labor costs, how the values are changing. All these things we are supposed to evaluate as a part of this assessment. Okay, this is our project. Okay, for which we are creating an action plan. I hope you understood. So, in the second part, when we are writing, addressing these questions, we will understand what these terms mean and how they We need to understand these terms, right? What is NPV? We should understand. What is IRR? We should understand. What is payback period? We should understand. How to interpret it? We should understand. For this purpose, for 1 week, they created one particular task where we will be doing research and writing all the content related to these portions. Okay, so this is one basic part, second part of project. Next, in the third part, we will be working on creating financial models and evaluating, and we will be addressing whatever the results we got, that we will be evaluating and creating a final course paper. This is the complete work that we are about to do. Okay, so our coursework is divided into these five parts, and these five parts in this one, you can write it in your own way rather than project plan. You can use your own terminology, like maybe planning the project, like that you can use. Okay, so estimating the project, so preparing the action plan, like this, you can use your own terminology to create your action plan. Got it? So write a proper description about the project. Just mention what is the scope of the project. Okay. Then create your action plan, mention about your deliverables and conclusion. So to make your document more specific, among these things, among non-bolded things, you can use some other headings which are not followed by your fellow team members. Okay. So make it unique. So you choose your own section. Say, for example, I choose project overview, then purpose and objectives, then scope of the project. That's it. And I want Satish sir to select project overview, scope of the project, key milestones, like that. And he can also choose resources that are required. Maybe he is familiar with those things. Means there is no proper structure that is mentioned in the document. So among these sections, whatever the headings I have mentioned, you can select any number of sections to make your document look unique. Okay. So basically, like mandatorily, you should put project overview. Again, you can give introduction kind of thing, like that. Then the scope of, you can mention it as an introduction, project overview. You can mention it as an introduction also. Then what is the scope of the project? You should definitely mention it. Then you should prepare your action plan. I already explained it. What is an action plan? Then you are supposed to mention key deliverables. And this conclusion is also, it's up to you whether you will be mentioning it or not. Okay. So these four sections should be mandatorily included in the document. And I want each person to include any other section relevant to this, like whatever mentioned here. Their respective own section should be included in the document. Okay. Not just four sections. You are supposed to include another one or two sections in your document to make sure your document look unique. Okay. So just follow my instructions and complete this document. This is just a theory document with your project plan. All right. All the best, team. If any questions, please contact me. Thank you.